All right, Aries, welcome into your weekly tarot reading, or sorry, monthly. This is for the month of June 2025. And also, there's no time and space from a divine perspective. So whenever you come across this reading, if the title pulled you in or you just felt drawn to this, that's okay. There's a reason, and this message will align with you in whatever now moment this comes to you. So Aries, how have you all been doing? Thanks for your patience. You are the second to the last reading for me for the month of June. So we're June, Gemini season. The monthly themes and reflections are going to be communication, growth, and learning. So some great energies there with the three of those. What are the monthly themes? Well, for you, there's supposed to be things that this, when we have the sun in a certain sign, it's going to really bring out and be in the forefront for all of us, especially Geminis. But really think on like communication and where can I expand? Where can I grow? Right? Growth is one of the themes. What can I learn new? How can I align more with my truth and communicate my truth in a way that is more, understanding of the recipient, and compassionate, right? But also, right, standing in our truth, setting our boundaries, but this is going to be a month of learning, and the trend, there is a lot of lessons this month that really need to close out. So everything's going to come together from in the mind. It's going to come through in a spiritual sense from your higher self, but it's going to come through and you're going to be able to finally mentally be like, oh, okay, now I get it. It's going to finally sink in. You're going to have opportunities to really finally stand in your truth and learn the lessons if you've been going through patterns in your life that you're trying to end. So some major big themes for the month that are really important. We're at a pivotal point in our experience as well as this year. June was a month that I really channeled and foretold about the whole beginning of the year, that this was going to be a pivotal shift for everybody. New paths opening up. Really the first half of the year was about preparing for June. So, and I've already, if you go back, if you haven't watched the weekly readings for June, I would highly recommend it to give you some background on what we've been dealing with, what we're being asked to do, what's opening up for us. And as well, go take a look at your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs if they're not Aries, because there could be an important message in there too. So this is, again, a collective general reading for all Aries. So it may resonate, it may not. So one last thing, if you're interested in a private reading with me, you can schedule one yourself on my website, which is linked below in the description. Just as a disclaimer, I will never reach out to you individually, DM or message to try and solicit readings. So that's not me. You are the one who has to schedule a reading with me. So just for people to be aware, I know a lot of different people talk about that. Most people on YouTube, like 98% of people, are never going to reach out and try to solicit and get money from you for their products or goods. So it's just something to be aware, because it definitely keeps increasing on social media. All right, Aries, I was drawn to use the Whispers of the Ocean for you. I haven't used it yet on any reading, but for you, I'm going to. So the first card out, help appears in various ways. There is much support for you. Sometimes you may get so adrift, you forget to look to the support systems that are with you continually. Rediscover your zeal. Pay attention to the passion you are feeling for discovery, learning, exploration, spirituality, travel, your work, or your relationship. Passion and desire go together, especially as inspiration. So passion has really been coming up this month. The wands, passion, feeling inspired, feeling motivated to take action, to do something new, to just get out there and experience something new. Keeping it in check. Pay attention to what is going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing some important details. So I do feel this like passion to do something new, adventure out, learn something new. That is the monthly theme. But like, again, get the information first, pay attention. Don't rush into anything too quickly, because I feel like there's something that you need to be aware of and work through, maybe some details that you may miss if you rush. But I feel like there's people around you that are going to present themselves as support, as help for you to rediscover yourself and your passion, maybe connect you to learning something new. It could be a new job, some sort of exploring maybe something spiritually, energetically, that opens you up to some sort of new energy, methodology or healing method. But when I picked up this 35 card, the help, I felt this stubbornness. Some of you could have that like stubborn kind of belief system around like, oh, I don't need help. I can do things on my own. But what's interesting, I feel like there's some conflict there. Like, you may be stubborn in certain situations, but in other ways, I feel like maybe you rely too heavily on other people. And there's something about rediscovering your ability to do things as well without getting help. So it's a conundrum. There's like that twofold here of like, I do see you don't like to accept help in certain areas, but in other areas you kind of lean too much on other people, and which in some aspects maybe has enabled you. So I think there's a balance there. So let's dive into the tarot. Seven of Pentacles. I feel a bit of like a pause, contemplation for you in June of like, what am I doing? What do I want to do? Do I keep doing this? Should I do this new thing? There's like contemplation. Six of Pentacles. There could be something around money with this, or just general feeling, financial constraints. But I do feel like there's some situation in your life where the give and take is imbalanced from a financial perspective. Someone could be paying more money than the other, or helping to support you, or you supporting them. And it's like this, in a sense, feeling a bit like you have less power here. So what are you going to do about it? We have the Ace of Cups. That's been coming up a lot. The Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Ten of Swords. Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. Oof. And then the Lovers. So I guess, spoiler alert, you're contemplating here, maybe at the beginning of June, but by some point in June, I do feel like you figure it out and make a choice here. But I feel like your choice, as you're contemplating, I feel like the universe is going to kind of open up a situation that's going to help you decide and make you very clear on where you're headed. The interesting thing with the Knight of Swords, so I kind of feel some anger here. Like, it's almost like you get motivated by your anger about something. And I think that's, in this situation, it might be okay, because it's kind of finally getting you to act, and to do something, to get the zeal, right? which I know anger, we could say it's not really zeal, but it is kind of pepping, kind of firing you up to finally kind of push you off the fence or get you out of this contemplation mode. And I almost feel like maybe you have been in this contemplation mode for a while, and you've just kind of been like, oh, I'm just assessing what I want to do. I don't know. But it starts with some emotional trigger here with the Ace of Cups. I feel like there's emotions that maybe you've been holding in that finally need to like a fountain finally be turned on. Like they need to come out. But how they come out, I would, again, a little caution here with the Page of Swords and this keeping it in check, right? There's something about you needing to get more details, more information before you just fly in with your anger and like cut someone off or end something or like go towards something because of your anger. I feel like the anger is good to kind of get you started to act, but just take the time to really assess, even from an emotional standpoint, or also the details. Maybe it means you need to talk to someone, like talk it out a little bit more, but I do feel like you will finally make a decision, and it does involve, part of the contemplation is this ending or big change. But what I like, the positive thing about the Ten of Swords is it's like the dawning of a new day. So there's some sort of like dawn, ending of something, but like something new. The sun is starting to rise again, but in the sense of this has to end first. So let's keep going and see if we can get more information on this. So we have the Star. I like that. Healing. Nine of Swords energy. So definitely in this anxious place, overthinking a lot. Maybe that's just, you're like, oh, that's me. I just overthink. But I do feel like there's this more intensity in June. Part of it is some healing that has to happen. Three of Wands. There's more waiting. So it's almost like you're anxious or afraid of if something's actually going to happen. If you're actually going to get something you want, or if you really have wanted something for a long time and it still hasn't happened. Like this Three of Swords is about putting it out in the universe and allowing it to come in. And maybe you're like, well, I've been putting it out forever and nothing's come to my shore yet. King of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and the Hierophant. And maybe you're waiting for some level of commitment, and maybe it's more with you. Like, you're kind of waiting to see about, maybe you've been not overthinking like your level of commitment to a situation, you wanting more out of a situation, and just kind of that's where this contemplation and waiting could be. But there is a person here, so it could be a relationship or boss or something, but there's like a worry that, is this really going to be the right thing for me? Is it going to work out? Is this going to be successful? Because I kind of feel this like waffling about your level of commitment. And we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Death card. So you have the Ten of Swords and the Death card. So when I see, especially those two, I mean, that's like double affirming some ending here. And I don't want to like get your mind in this fear state of, oh my God, that seems so scary. But the Fool is like, you're leaving a lot behind. but in a good way. Like you're starting the Fool's journey is like the beginning of a new path, where something really big, like that situation or life or certain that you've lived, it's like you're wanting to start anew, something brand new, and you're really willing, and maybe that's what you're contemplating is this Fool's path of like, I want to do something new, but what is that? There is some sort of ending that needs to happen. And, that's the closure of the old life and the beginning of a new. And with June, on the 6-6 portal, that really opened up a new energy of us stepping into a new door, crossing into a new reality. But part of doing that, we do have to, it's like a birthing process, right? We need to really transform out of one reality into a new. And it along with that, we need to just surrender and allow ourselves to go through that, like total release of stuff that we can't take forward. And maybe instead of just getting angry about being faced with the ending of something, again, maybe you need to really dive a little deep about what's healing for you, what's right for you. If you haven't been committing to something, it's usually a sign. Like, is your soul, your intuition telling you that something's just not, the right thing for you in the long term? But I do kind of feel like you're finally faced with this decision point, which, usually I'm surprised the Judgment card hasn't popped out, but it still might. What is the Death card and the Ten of Swords in regards to? Doing something it's something that's going to kind of build your confidence and kind of build you being able to have I feel this sense of maybe losing your power and not, maybe you haven't been feeling confident. Maybe you've had some self-esteem issues for a while. And it's like part of this process in this ending is going to level you up. Yeah, you've been holding back as well. And I feel like it's tied to the situation that you've been in. You've really been holding back. I feel like you kind of throughout the process or in the situation have kind of closed yourself down to it. You're kind of closed emotionally. It could be a situation that is just like, it's stable, and that's kind of all it provides you is some level of stability, which doesn't provide you passion and inspiration and helps you grow. And this month is all about growth and learning. So what can you learn about this? Really looking at the dynamics. It could be with somebody here who, this King of Pentacles really could be like a boss, or in a relationship, someone who really has more power, maybe financial power, and that's where you've been holding on to that stability. But why are you not really emotionally committing to this even deeper? That's something I think you need to look at. But what's the Page of Swords? What is like this card too? Keeping it in check. You might need some more important details. What is that about? There it is. There's the Judgment card. Maybe you need to understand more about what your options are before you just act. Like, maybe you need to figure it out on the back end of like, okay, this is the crossroads here. Like, what are my options? What should I do? Kind of setting yourself up to make a transition easier. If you're leaving a relationship, planning out like what's on the other side, where am I going to live, move, maybe a job. Maybe you want to completely change course in your life and move somewhere different, do a completely different line of work. But let's talk to the King of Pentacles. Justice. So, Five of Swords. So this is a karmic situation. If it's a relationship, or this refers to someone in your life, could be a boss, father figure, relationship, this was a karmic situation, and I feel like finally it's like you're finally wrapping up this karmic situation and you don't need to be in it anymore. And it's going to be a relief for you, because I do feel that you kind of haven't been fully in it for a while. And it could have been, you know, with the Seven of Pentacles, when that pops up, to me, it kind of refers to something you've been in a long time. You've been doing a long time, a relationship, a long-term relationship. I don't like this Five of Swords, because I feel like there's this like control dynamic of like, and that could be you or them, but there's constantly this theme of like feeling like someone's trying to control me, but someone else is just trying to get their needs met. And it's like, but someone needs to always, there's again, this going back to the stability and this like, sometimes people who are controlling or need things to happen the way they want them is because they don't feel safe in their own bodies. They don't feel safe in the world because of their own past. And that's unfortunate, because that's not something to put on. It's like baggage that you put on somebody else, and then they have to deal with it. And then it's like they have to try and play that game with you. Like, this is a game playing card. You know, it's not like most people are consciously like, I'm trying to play a game with you. But the how we interact and relate to our external environment, especially with people, creates these dynamics, because it's always like we're constantly, how we react, how we respond, whatever that is based on this internal anxiety. And if things don't look a certain way, and if I can't control things, then for one, I'm going to get hurt again, or things are going to go out of control, or who knows what's going to happen, you know, like, so. But I do feel like someone as well is like, I don't want to play this game anymore, whatever this is. I don't want to partake in this. And that could be you. That could be someone you're connected with, but it's kind of like you're done partaking, and that's been the contemplation of like it's kind of like a wait and see. But I do feel like if you're worried about how the next path unfolds for you, I think there is support. There is people in your life that, you know, can help you. But I think if you plan and just, again, have conversations, don't just react quickly. If you just communicate with each other or with this person, I think that you can both come to an agreement about what this ending looks like and kind of how your next path unfolds, Aries. So what's the ultimate guidance here? And for some reason, I felt the need to pull this card. Again, back to the Nine of Swords. Guidance here. It's get out of your head. You can do this. You can figure it out. Okay? This isn't going to be the end of the world. It's not going to be an apocalypse, is kind of what I'm saying for you. Like, this is a real time to face your fears and step forward anyways. Because I think your worst fear, your worst case scenario is not going to happen. Yeah, follow your happiness, follow your bliss. What is that? Instead of, you've made decisions, I feel like, a lot of decisions in your life based on fear and anxiety, based on things that feel safe and familiar for you. I do feel like the ultimate guidance is maybe walking away from something. Like I said, there's a reason you haven't committed 100% to this. And I feel like you're finally seeing that it's time to let go. Also, I feel like there's a buildup of emotions from the past that also are being asked to finally, like, let me alchemize this. Let me, there's stuff that to level up, we can't keep carrying the baggage. Yes, like Seven of Cups, Sun. It's about, what are my wishes? What are my dreams? In doing that. But I also think part of it is like you figuring it out for yourself. And I think that's where your confidence is going to grow. Not waiting for other people to set it up for you or do it for you. This is an opportunity, a big one for you, to level up from a confidence level, to level up on just grounding in who you are. Not feeling, there's this sense of feeling like weakness in yourself. And I think to gain that feeling of strength in a way that's like just strong in your authenticity, strong in your abilities, I think this is the situation that's going to help you gain that. So here's the new path. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it is another key piece here, because I think that's key, of not waiting for someone else to make the decision to walk away or end it, or you waiting for someone else to lay the stepping stones ahead of you for you. I think it's for you to figure that out based on what you want, but also figuring out how you're going to do that. And that's the whole key of figuring out the details. All right, Aries. Thank you so much for joining in and supporting me in my videos, my readings. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. That's really important. I know everyone says it. It's the same old song and dance, but guess what? It takes 1 second. And now if I even slightly like a video, I subscribe, because I feel like it's supporting other people in their passions and what they're doing, and you'll get the energy back twofold, or whatever it is, threefold, tenfold. So yeah, have a good June. Again, stay connected with the weekly readings, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.